everyone. Welcome to Michelle's Mystic Corner. I'm Michelle, and today we are going to be talking about Halloween because, yay, it's Halloween time. And so I wrote this little poem. It just kind of came out. It says, yay, Halloween time is here again. Fairies and goblins, witches and ghosts, spooky and scary Halloween fun. And trick-or-treaters, parties, and more. Little kids knocking at your door. Grab a pumpkin and a candle and carve yourself a jack-o'-lantern. So come on in and enjoy today, because today we're going to be talking about Halloween. We're going to be talking about where it originated from, a couple of the different beliefs about Halloween, about the thinning of the veil. So I'm really excited about today. Today, I also have Dax with me. He is, of course, the founder of the Psychic Cafe and the Tarot Guild. Hi, Dax.
Hello, hello.
So, how are you today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
It's I don't know, the year's just zipping by. It's gonna be Halloween. That's Doug's
Wait,
birthday is Halloween, and it's also the 20th anniversary of the Tarot Guild.
that's right. It is.
Yeah, lots of stuff coming up here. I can't believe it's gonna be 20 years.
Wow, 20
Wow. Now I can actually say, well, we actually accomplished something.
years. Right. Well, I did not, I'm afraid to say, did not pull cards for the show.
That's
So
okay. I did.
I'm glad you did because I didn't get to it.
It's no biggie. You don't have to do it. You know, we don't have to do it at all. It's just I like pulling cards because not everybody can make it live to the show. And even if they do, there's no guarantee we're going to get to their phone call or get to their question in chat. So, I pull a couple of cards. What I do is I shuffle my deck and then I cut the deck. And then the card on the bottom, then I call that cutting to the heart of the matter, because and then that's that card. And I pull that card, I put the deck on the bottom, and then off the top, I pull the card of the day. So I pull the card and the heart of the matter card. And that way, if people are watching in archive, or it might be 2 days from now, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, the message is still valid. There's a reason why the universe had you listen, right now, And I got the 9 of Pentacles, and yes, I'm using my virtual background, got the coffee house going. So it's going to be a little difficult with the cards today. I may not show my cards very often, actually, at all, Michelle. I might just go, you guys will see me doing this, and I'll just be reading the cards and going, this is what it says, instead of holding the cards up, because it's really difficult with the virtual background. It only wants to show people, and unless you have it right in front of you, you'll notice my microphone is gone too, because it's the same problem with the microphone. I literally have to have it right in front of me where I can't work or do anything for you to see the freaking microphone. And, which is, part of the whole radio, whole radio and show and video show and everything, the whole ambiance, think Larry King. I love that,
Yes.
I did radio for years before we ever did YouTube. So, this is our 15th year doing that, by the way. 20 years, Tarot Guild, 15 years, 20, and now YouTube. Yeah. And I love the virtual backgrounds, but they're a pain, so
Yeah.
you don't need to see the microphone. You guys, know. You guys know.
Yeah. I know it's there.
But if you do it just right, and Charlotte on Monday, I shouldn't say Monday, because it's not like all of us have specific shows. I mean, Charlotte will come on a Wednesday, a Thursday, So it's not like it's just those were the days that people seem to fall on. Charlotte on Monday and you on Wednesday and Ellie on Thursday. Now I have actually a new banner for the show that has all the hosts, because don't know who's going to pop in. I invite everybody to pop in on the Psychic Cafe live shows. Those are the shows during the week, and a couple of times on the weekend when we don't have a custom show. So the custom shows are like this show, which is Michelle's show, Michelle's Mystic Corner, and then Maria G. Moss, the Angelic View, shows like that. So yeah, it's great. I got one of my favorite cards.
Yes.
This one. Oh God. See, I'm telling you, it's hard doing this. The Nine of Pentacles, the self-made woman. I like to say the self-made person, because if you say self-made woman, that is there a word for that? Reverse misogynistic? Because there's them and theys, and there's, hey, us guys out here still. Yes, we are still here. I know we're trying to erase us, but we're still here. So like the entrepreneur, and basically doing well and making it and stuff like that. And then the Five of Cups. So you get a 5 card, and everybody says the 5 cards are the bad cards. There's no such thing, but yes, loss is depicted here. So what's going on with this combination of cards now is that you may be suffering a loss, but there's still value in your life, and you need to focus on that. So you have the loss, but hey, there's 2 upright cups still, and you can go over this bridge across the river of life to your goal in the background. Yep. Another thing this might be meaning, Michelle, is acknowledge your loss and learn from it and grow and expand. And although another meaning could be, although you're experiencing a significant change, 5 is change in numerology, you have the resources to recover and succeed again. So see, there's a few different possible meanings, whatever resonate. You did this the other day to me too, with the resignation. Resonates. It's like
resonates.
Yes. I think it was you. It was
me.
Or was it Charlotte? No, it was you.
Me. I kept saying resonate. I put a G in
resigns there. Or resigning, or I can't even say it now. And then I kept correcting you and giving you the right thing. And then now it's come back to haunt me, and I did it again. It's like, what the hell? I don't get it.
Resonates. Yeah, I was putting a G in there.
Resonates. Yeah. So in the chat, I wanted to mention real quick, Stark Aether or Ether is in there. Crystal Rose, Mystic Lilac. Like a lilac.
Nice. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. So sending love from Sydney, Australia. Mwah.
Wow.
Mystic Lilac. Yes, we are so international. I love it. And Aisha, yay. Welcome, everybody. If you have questions, just put them in the chat. No, you don't have to ask a question. And you don't have to type in, I've got a question, blah, blah, blah. No, just type the question in. Will Joe come back to me?
We shall see.
Will I get that job I applied for on Tuesday? Ask really specific questions. Try to keep it to 1 or 2 lines. Don't write a whole book. Now, if you want something general, you don't really have a specific question. What we can do, that's another word, specific. Specific. It's hard to say some stuff. Oh, Charlotte's here. Hey, Charlotte. It's one of our radio and YouTube hosts, Charlotte Quarnberg. Yeah. Animal communicator and oracle card reader extraordinaire. Hey guys. All you have to do is say, can you pull a card for me? Or you could say, could I get a message from the universe? Could I get a message from angels, guides, however you want to word it? And we'll pull some cards for you. Yep. Like Mystic just said, am I going to get better? Okay. Better how? Like financially, better emotionally, mentally? Do you have health issues? Getting better physically? Let us know in the chat, Mystic, so we know what to look at. So anyway, those are the cards that I got. Welcome to the cafe. Get your coffee and tea.
Hello, everybody.
Yep. Ooh.
So
So
Michelle corner looks different today, guys. What do you think
look
of the
at that
background? Woo-hoo. I had so much fun. I went shopping this morning, got some decorations.
I love the and some people might not be making out. That's really cool. You got your cards in the skull head.
For the
But
cup.
behind you is a jack-o'-lantern, but because it's not orange like usual, it's black. People might not get that. So now you guys can see, and I love the different colors.
Yes.
That is so cool.
With all of my different.
Oh, Mark just came in. Let me jump in real quick because Mark just came in and he missed the speech. Mark, you missed the speech. We gave the whole speech telling you that don't ask if you can ask a question, which he just did. Can I ask a question? No, you just put the question in. You just go ahead and you put the question in, be very specific and ask a specific question, or just say, hey, can you pull some cards for me? Or what does the universe need me to know right now? Is there a message from my ancestors, angels, guides, whatever it is? And don't write a whole book. Oh, too late. He wrote a whole book. Okay, so I'll.
That's what I do. I write.
Yeah, well, I don't know how he even did it. I was just saying to type in the question, and suddenly a whole paragraph popped in there, and it's like, no, it's one line or two. Don't write an entire book, please, because it takes a long time to read all that stuff. Anyway, Mystic is laughing. She is cracking up in there like crazy. Sorry, I didn't know you were talking about it. See, people come on and they're looking at us, but they are not paying attention to the words coming out of our mouths. What is it with you people? Oh, this is going to slip from a Mystic Corner into a Rowdy Reader show like that. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Anyway, Mark says, I think I'm too fast. Yes, and you type too fast too. Or he had that all typed out and then just like pasted it in. You know what I mean? So I'll look at some of the questions and try to put them in a list here while Michelle, you want to get started with the talking about Halloween.
Halloween. So let's talk Halloween. So I love Halloween. I've always loved Halloween. And if you missed my poem, you got to go back to the beginning and check out the poem. But, here in most of Northern America and in Europe, right, Halloween is celebrated in such a manner as what my poem was written about. It's celebrated to be fun in a secular, non-religious manner, right? With family and friends and the parties and the jack-o'-lanterns, all the good fun, right? But where did that originate from? Because obviously it came from somewhere. So we can actually find the origins of Halloween in the Festival of Samhain, which is actually the way it's written Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain. Even I have issues, so it's okay. And it's found among the Celtics, the Britain, and the Ireland Celtics. And during this festival, they would light bonfires on the hilltops, right? Because it is believed that the souls of those that had died during the year were traveling to the other world. And so during this time, they would do that. They would light their fires. They would also wear masks and disguise themselves with different costumes like witches and things. So that way, the evil spirits wouldn't come to those who are traveling to the other world. And that's where we get our costumes today, right?
Oh,
But
you're
that's
breaking up
not
a
all.
little, Michelle. Your audio was just breaking up. Can you repeat what you just said?
So when the Celts wore their masks and disguises so that the evil spirits wouldn't see them or recognize them as humans, you know,
Mhm.
and then they would scare away those evil spirits from catching up to the spirits that were going to the other world. And so that's how fairies, witches came to be costumes for this day. And it came to be associated with this day. And then, gets better, the Romans conquered the Celts. And then they added their day of the dead, which was to celebrate the goddess of the harvest. So now we have the harvest coming in. And so it's also about the harvesting of the seasons, which is where also the pagans come from, because it's a time of harvesting your crop, preparing for the winter to come in. And because some Celts believe that New Year's started on November 1st. So we have this little, let me find it here. We have Remembering the Dead. Okay, that's on October 31st. Okay, that's the day to commemorate all the saints, the day of remembering the dead. And then you have All Saints Day. This is the day where most of the Catholics, I say Catholics because they Christian, but there's a fine line between Christianity and Catholicism.
Well, remember, Catholicism is the original Christianity. All the other wacko Christianity they've got in the United States, like 50 different versions, that is, Reformation, and like, oh God, Luther and all that, it's like the breakaways. People forget that. Oh my God, I remember, because I grew up Catholic, and I remember Christians, I mean, we're talking about the wacko born
the modern,
way off, and they're the extreme, fundamentalists, and they're like, but you're Catholic, is Catholic really Christians? I'm like, dude, it is the original Christianity. You guys are the new breakoffs.
Exactly.
But All Saints Day, November 1st. November 1st.
Yes, and that's the day they commemorate and remember all the saints that have passed.
Yes.
And then November 2nd, so this is a 3-day celebration.
It's on and forever.
That's All Souls Day.
All Souls Day, yeah.
And that is the day that is all about the faithful departed souls.
Yeah, you get that with like New Orleans and Mexico, and of course they're big on Day of the Dead too. Yeah. And All Saints Day, the whole thing.
And so it brings in the Mexican culture has the Day of the Dead. The pagans celebrate Samhain as a harvest and a day of being able to communicate with the departed souls. And they say this because All Hallows Eve is the name given to the 31st of October as the vigil of Halloween Mass and All Saints Day. And so that's where Halloween actually originated from. And they say that the veil is the thinnest throughout October. They say this because the days are getting shorter, which we know is true. It's, the days are getting shorter, the nights long, or longer nights, I guess it would be. And we're preparing to withdraw from the realm of life and growth, because like a bear, we hibernate. We don't really, but we pull away. It's the harvest cycle is winding down, but it's not on. It's just in transition. It's a doorway. And so that's what they're saying. The veil is where you can meet your loved ones. So that's what the veil is. It's like a spiritual realm. It's a world where the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown, the living and the spirit can actually meet. And since it is so thin, we can feel drawn to certain things, such as Day of the Dead, the bonfires, the spirits, because we're trying to reach out to those in the other world. And that's why Halloween is such a huge thing. And so you can actually feel when the veil is thinning. I know a lot of people can. There's like vivid dreaming. You're going to get like prickly and staticky feelings in the air, I know I get them in my arms. Sometimes your life will feel like a movie and you're like, this is just weird, or you'll get a lot more deja vu. And when you start feeling like the veil is thinning, now's the time. Now's the time to start a journal. Start talking to the spirits, even if it's just on paper. Talk to that ancestor. Talk to yourself. Write out some papers to yourself, to another you that may need your encouragement. Talk to a loved one that has passed that you need advice from. October is definitely the time when, now since it is just that much closer to that thinning, you can actually just feel that communication with others. And so that's what the thinning of the veil is. And I know Dax had a thought on that, because we were almost going to touch on that the other day.
What's that? The thinning of the veil? Yeah, I thought about that. Before, technical thing before we get there. Let me find it again. Charlotte is paying attention in the chat. She's noticing the more you move, the more your sound breaks up.
And I'm trying not to move.
Yeah. Just so you know, I didn't know if you knew that, but as soon as you get animated and start moving around, it starts breaking up and everything.
Okay.
That's strange too. I thought you got a new microphone, separate microphone.
I did. It just, last time it wasn't working, so
you got to figure out how to get all that stuff working, and get your setup.
I know.
And once you get it set up once, don't change it. Don't touch it. Don't move it.
Yeah, what's going on with this computer?
I don't know. You may need a new device of some kind, or a phone or something that's not like a phone that you are connected to cellular service, but just a phone that you use as a camera. Yep. A lot of people do that. Yeah. And people don't realize, it's like, oh yeah, but cellular service, blah, blah, blah. People don't realize that you can buy a phone and not connect it to anything. Yeah. So like, you can go on eBay, you can go to stores, you can go to, Amazon. You can go anywhere and find really cheap phones that have decent cameras in them, but they're just really cheap, and just don't hook it up to a cellular carrier and just turn the Wi-Fi on, and it'll it'll
did with my
connect through your Wi-Fi, and then
Yep.
just, and by the way, folks, turn it sideways so you get this kind of an image instead of this kind of an image.
Yep.
People are so used to holding their phone, especially if they're like Gen Z and Gen Y and all the other gens and stuff like that. They grew up like holding the phone and they think video is supposed to be like this. It's like, it looks so stupid. No, you turn your phone sideways and you film yourself like that. So you get this.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my God. In fact, on Michelle's, I don't know why, but it's cutting off like the edges. And and I'm hearing myself multiple times, Michelle. So there's something really bad going on with your video. Sorry, your audio. It's picking up my voice through the speakers that you're hearing through. Just so you know what's going on, But anyway, sometimes what you can do is you can pinch and you can make it full screen so it doesn't have the black borders. And it's not just you, it's like Charlotte, hers does that too. And I'm trying to get all the hosts to work with their devices, figure out how to make it full screen like this so it looks really good on video. Like you can pinch it sometimes to make it bigger. Anyway, it's something you might need to work on. There might be a control on your device or something for full screen. I don't know. But if you turn your phone if you're using a phone or a pad and you turn it sideways, you should get a vertical, horizontal rectangle like this, instead of the up and down cut off,
Yep.
dumb looking phone video. I hate phone video. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, just some technical things there. But yeah, I think, I can't remember how many shows ago that was, but we were talking about Halloween coming up and thinning the veil and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, how do we even know? I mean, people claim that that's what's going on, but I've not seen any evidence of it. I know other people have experienced things, but I've seen no quantitative evidence that says that the veil's any thinner just because it's October 31st compared to any other point. Is it because where we are in the solar system? Is it, what is it that's causing this? See, I have to have a scientific explanation. I know I've run the Tarot Guild for 20 years and Psychic Cafe, but I am the biggest psychic skeptic there is. And you know why, Michelle?
Why?
Because over 20 years, I've literally, well, it goes farther back than 20 years, but since the beginning of the Tarot Guild, I've worked with thousands upon thousands of tarot readers, numerologists, psychic mediums, you name it, right? And let me tell you, I'm very skeptical about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I see and hear, I'm like, that looks a little sketchy to me, especially the mediumship stuff. I know people love John Edwards, and who was it before that was real popular, passed away? My mind is Sylvia Brown. Yeah. Sylvia Brown was more wrong than right. And, just guessing, you should get a 50% accuracy. Flipping of a coin, 50-50, heads, tails. She was, oh my God. I mean, she'd be on Montel Williams telling the family, oh yeah, I'm sorry your daughter's passed, and she's, oh, Michelle, can you hit mute for a second? Yeah, I'm getting tons of feedback. I don't know why. I do not know what's going on with your audio, but it's bad. Anyway, it's like, oh yeah, she's in water and they'll find her there, kind of like near the woods. Then 2, 3, 5 years later, they find her daughter. She's perfectly fine. She's been in Florida. I mean, she was so wrong on so many things. And, we used to have mediums on our network. In fact, we would like to have more mediums. If you're a medium, come on the network and host a show or two. But on Tuesdays, we had some great mediums like Rose Fullhorse and Vivian. And I mean, there was great mediums we had. But let me tell you, they're a tiny percentage out of all the people out there doing mediumship that I think, really have a gift and were really accurate, really actually doing what they say they were doing, and that's why I don't do mediumship. I'm basically a life coach, and I'm skeptical about all this stuff. And I love Halloween. I think it's fun, but my skeptical point of view on it is they talk about this thinning of the veil, and I'm like, also, I'll give you a similar example. A lot of readers talk about reading at different times of the day. Have you ever heard that, Michelle? And like, it's like, oh, I'm more accurate at 7 p.m. versus, say, 2 in the afternoon or 11 a.m. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, I can see if your readings get not as good the later it is in the evening because you're tired, because you've been up all day and working. But it's not because of the time of day. I can read and read as accurately as I read. I'm not saying that is accurate. I'm just saying I read just as well, at 9 a.m. as I do at 4 in the afternoon or 10 p.m. at night. The only difference is I may be a little tired. Like if I'm just getting up in the morning, I'm going to be tired. I need my cup of coffee. I'm sorry. If it's 10 o'clock at night, I mean, actually, it doesn't even have to be 10. Sometimes it's like right when our shows are ending, Michelle, the evening shows, it's like, oh, I'm glad the show's ending because I'm running out of steam. I'm just tired. So yeah, I'm going to be better later in the morning and in the early afternoon, mid-afternoon than I am late night and early morning. But it's not an energetic thing because of the time of day. Woo, thinning of the veil around midnight, Otherwise, we would all be doing shows at midnight. Anyway, there you go, Michelle. Not trying to rain on your parade, but you asked the question. I wasn't going to say anything about it, but you asked the question, and I was trying to be positive and, not say anything derogatory or against the thinning of the veil and Samhain and Halloween and all that kind of thing. But, that's just my 2 cents. Oh, wow. I'm hearing like boop, 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 boop. My voice reverbing in the background.
Sorry.
Yep. Are you using a headset?
No.
Oh, see, that's probably why it's picking up. Yeah, see, when you wear a headset, then there's nothing for the microphone to pick up, so it doesn't create a feedback loop. That's how that works. Yeah. Mike,
there we go.
I don't use a headset anymore. All the times that I used, all the times that I did radio, last 14 years, I wore a headset with a boom mic, and the mic was noise canceling. Well, like this one is, but it was built into the headset. And because I'm wearing a headset, the microphone couldn't pick up the sound, so it wouldn't create a feedback loop. But since I started doing YouTube, and I have better equipment now. I've got a MacBook, and the speakers and everything are just amazing. And this microphone is unidirectional. You can have it set on omni or unidirectional. And unidirectional, omni just means from every direction. Unidirectional means it only takes sound in the front. And no, you don't talk into it this way. You talk into it this way. A lot of people get that wrong when they're just starting out getting these kind of special microphones. It only takes the sound from there, and it's noise canceling too. So it doesn't pick up the speakers on the MacBook slightly behind it. Wonderful what they can do with technology nowadays. But, for those of you out there, if you get a feedback issue, the easy way to cut that out is get a headset, earphones, or at least earbuds, and plug it in the external sound and listen to the show or listen to the audio that you need to listen to that way. You know how most YouTubers get away with it though?
Hmm.
They're not doing
Well,
lives. They're not doing lives like us.
oh, that's true.
Yeah,
No, they're
they're
not.
making videos. They only need their microphone. They're not listening to anything. They're just talking into the microphone. We actually have
Mhm.
a hard job because we need to talk to our guests on the radio. We need to hear the other host. Most people are just one person talking into a microphone, looking into a camera. Whereas, we're doing an actual show, folks. That's right. So what else do we want to say about Halloween before we
Okay.
go into questions?
Well, I switched to my phone.
Oh, you sound good.
So, yeah, I put my headset in. I switched to my phone while you were talking. So that's what that loud noise was. I had
Yeah,
my
I was I,
tablet.
I was kind of doing that on purpose to, it's like, okay, let me get on my soapbox. That'll give time for Michelle to fix things.
Yes, thank you.
And we have to do this live on the fly, live on
Right?
we are so good compared to everybody else out there, let me tell you.
Mm. And
By
so,
the way, we're the only shows that actually have a phone bank where you can dial in.
that's true.
And it's working. How
True.
many of you were here on Thursday with the show with Michelle and I and Ellie? Just this 2 days ago, this past Thursday,
Yep.
Blog Talk wasn't working again. It was working on
Yep.
Monday, and then it wasn't working on did we do a show Wednesday? No, we didn't do a show Wednesday
No.
because karaoke. And then we did the show on Thursday, and me and Michelle are like, Ellie, I think it's just you. When you're on the
Right.
show, Blog Talk doesn't work. Poor
Poor
poor Ellie, we're
Ellie.
throwing her under the bus.
Oh, poor thing. We love her. She's so amazing. Uh, so I don't think I have a whole lot else. My theory on the thinning of the veil. Ah, yay. Of course, mine's over there. I gotta go grab it.
I got the
My
jack-o'-lantern. I gotta start using this
Yay.
now.
Yes. My theory on the thinning of the veil is that the nights are longer, and therefore we have more time at night to spend in the spiritual realm.
Ooh, that's cool.
See, and that's where my theory of the thinning of the veil is.
Cool.
Yes. I'm going to stand up for 1 second.
For me, it's just like coming up with ideas like, well, how does astrology work? You know?
Right.
But some of us have actually thought about it for a long time and come up with some concepts and ideas. Now, the one that people try to use doesn't really work. You know how the moon physically affects our tides
Yes.
because of the gravity, the
Hmm.
gravitational pull as it goes around the moon goes around the earth, and the earth spins, and then both the earth and the moon go around the sun.
Yeah.
But that's proximity. You see, when you're talking about astrology and you're talking about, what's Saturn doing, Jupiter, Mercury looks like it's moving backwards in the sky. They call that retrograde, and then it goes forward or direct again. And I'm not an astrologer, but I picked up a couple terms. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like where so like the idea, you like take the natal chart, take doing a person's chart. Okay. So
Right.
when they popped out, where were they at that time? They were in, like me, I was in Philadelphia on June 16th, 1964 at 12:35 p.m. And so at that exact moment in time, longitude and latitude and everything,
Yep.
this is where the planets were in the sky, which you couldn't see, by the way, because it was 12:35, just saying. But they're positioned in certain positions. Well, they're too far away to be affecting us gravitationally. Okay. But we think it's energetic. Yes, yes. See, it makes,
Yes.
if it was, if the proximity was close enough to affect us gravitationally, that would be a cool explanation. And it makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because before you're born, you're still there. You've grown
You
in it,
are.
but you're inside the mom's body. So you are part of her body. You don't have a separate existence yet. Any gravitational effects would be hitting her body before hitting your body, for as an example, but
Yep.
as soon as you're born, as soon as you come out, then you are your own separate entity. Your body is, you're always a separate entity as far as your consciousness, spirit, but the physical body is a separate thing then, and so can be affected by the gravitational. But like we said, Saturn's too far away, Pluto's too far away, Neptune, actually every planetary body besides our moon is too far away to affect us gravitationally. However, it's sitting and gravitationally affecting space-time. Yeah, remember Einstein, and they always show you the visualization of it. The way they visualize it, show it to you. They show like a mat pattern, and they'll show like one of the bodies, the planets, and it depressing that that sheet, that's it's supposed to be space-time, and it's bent, it warps it, but what people are forgetting is that everything that exists and we've discussed this on the show too, everything that exists in the universe is made up of the subatomic particles you've heard about, that make the atoms, that make the molecules, that make the substances, that make us and everything. The subatomic particles are constantly popping in and out of existence out of something called the 0 point field, or sometimes scientists call it the quantum field, right? Well,
Yep.
that exists everywhere. Yes, it is literally everywhere it's a substrate. It exists everywhere in the universe. It surrounds everything. It surrounds us. It penetrates us. It binds the universe together. Where have you heard that line? That's what they say in Star Wars.
That's it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is
Yep.
explaining the Force.
Oh
Yes,
my God, that's
it's
right.
it's everywhere. It surrounds us. It penetrates us. It binds the universe together. George Lucas was right.
Yeah.
He was describing the energetic 0 point or quantum field. Scientists go back and forth. They'll call it 0 point field. They'll call it
Yeah.
quantum field. Yeah. And we just call it the spiritual realm. It's the same thing, people.
The same thing. Yeah.
Yes. And because that, and remember, in the spiritual realm, is there distance? Is there time? Is there separation? No. So, because that exists everywhere, even out where Saturn is. Saturn is not just sitting in and warping space-time, but it also is in the energetic field. It is in the force. It is in the 0-point field. And so are we all the way over here.
Well, and you know,
so
really,
where the planets are, Michelle, up there, even though they're too far away for gravitational pull, energetically they can affect us.
Yeah.
You know, and the planets that are behind our planet aren't affecting us because they're not right in front of us when we're popping out. And that's why our natal chart is our natal chart. And
Exactly.
I'm not saying that's what's really happening. I'm just saying if there's a scientific explanation, that's what it probably is. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what you were saying about the veil, the thinning of the veil, reminded me of that as a more scientific explanation of why there would be a thinning of the veil this particular time of year.
Exactly. And it's like people don't understand, but get a little medical technical there. If a woman, and yes, I know this from experience, leaves her window open or her curtains open during the full moon, and I'm talking a young woman, not a crone, a
Not
maiden
Dan.
or not Dan, a maiden or a mother leaves her window or curtain open during the full moon, every month her cycles, her menstruation cycles will start to happen during the full moon. And it's just a phenomenon that many women experience. And it's just something that the moon happens to affect. Go figure.
I know. It's crazy, you know,
Yep.
and this stuff actually happens, and sometimes there's no scientific explanation for it, you know, but that doesn't mean it's not happening, you know.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Anywho, what's been going on in chat? I saw Low Spark came in. Charlotte says Daxy is feisty today. That is hilarious. Did you see?
He is.
No, I'm just that way all the time. You know, it started on Monday with our rowdy readers. I did it a little on Thursday, but not as much, you know.
No, not so bad.
Yeah. So anyway, no, I'm trying to break into comedy here. I'm going to become a stand-up, you know, so I'm trying to do funny stuff, right? And Nature Girl came in. Who else came in? I think that's pretty much it. We've mentioned everybody else. I've already written down some of the questions, but
Good.
But do you want to go to the phone lines?
Sure.
Let's go to the phone lines. Area code 310 has been waiting the longest. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hi, hello. Yes, I am. How are you?
Great. What's your name?
My name is Vince. I'm calling from New York.
Vince from New York. Vince.
Hey, Vince. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Actually, I'm in Pennsylvania right now because I work in Pennsylvania. So
Cool.
I stay up here when I come up to work. And that's what I'm calling about. My job's been going really great and everything, and all of a sudden this situation occurred. I had to meet with HR yesterday because two guys complained in retaliation about some kind of harassment. I was joking around with them last week, and I said something to them on a sexual nature, but I told them that I was just joking around, and it was something that I've done in the past in my stand-up comedy. And then they'd said something to me, which I told HR. So bottom line, I'm just wondering, I had to write out a statement and everything will happen. And so bottom line, I'm just wondering if if I'm going to lose my job over this, or if it's going to be a minor disciplinary action.
All righty.
Okay.
Michelle's going to look into that there.
Okay, so the first card I have for you is I'm sorry, the Empress. And so you need to prepare and start really planning on, is this job right for you? Is this the one that you actually want? And if it is, then you need to be prepared to fight for what you want, right? We also have the Four of Cups. And so you have all these things in front of you that are good with this job and with, everything that you've gone through. And this feels like this is just one mistake that you're really, really worrying about. Okay. But you have all these benefits in front of you that you have been with, you've done good with this position you're in. I did get the Death card, but I do not feel like this is the end because I also got the Seven of Pentacles. So what this is showing me here is he is smashing a pumpkin. And so the Death card is saying, okay, this is time to restart. You're going to have an ending here. You're going to be probably given a what's it for it, maybe probation, maybe suspension. But with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like they're going to say, you're going to be given this chance because this is your first time, but it can never happen again.
Right.
And so that's kind of where I feel this is heading.
Okay. Yeah, she did say that I have a good record, and she saw that this is the first incident, and she knows that I get along with everybody really well there, and everybody likes me there. So, and I'm a good hard worker.
Yeah, that's what the Four of Cups is showing, is that you've been really well there. And it's just this one incident. And so you just are going to have to really work hard to rein in some of the comedian side is probably what they're going to want to see.
Well, I did tell them that, if I get through this, then I'm just going to keep it on a very business-like and professional level. And anything that's kind of dark humorish, I'm going to leave outside the door.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to be at. But this was in retaliation because I threatened to go to the plant manager because these guys on the other shift are not doing their job, and they're leaving their job for me and my partner to do all the time. And so this is why they went to HR about this.
Right.
And I told them that.
And you can see the retaliation in the Death card because there is the face down there. They're definitely, you can tell it was not your fault. But unfortunately, you will have to take the price for that.
Yeah.
So stay strong. Stay strong.
All right. I will.
And thanks for the call, too, Vince.
Yes, thank you.
I wasn't feeling anything negative, I mean, like it getting really bad.
No.
Yeah. If possible, Stark says, what do I need to know the most right now? Okay. Well, look, it looks like Nine of Swords. Something's keeping you up at night. You're thinking about some things. The way forward, and with a lot of this stuff, is to shift your focus. I got the Queen of Wands. She's focused on what she is passionate about. So rather than focusing on whatever these headaches are that are showing up, she's focusing on what she's passionate about. And that's how you move forward with things, you know. It's really that simple. We focus way too much, and we've said it a lot of times on the show, Michelle, we focus way too much on the lack or the issue or the problem or this or that, or how of things. How am I going to get there? How am I going to make life better? How am I going to get a better job, better career, how am I going to launch my business? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Or there's negative things going on and you're focused on that. The Queen of Wands is talking about, and remember, the queens are associated with master number 33, the master healer number. True healing comes from not fixing things, but instead attracting in what you want things to actually be. So spend more time focused on what you're passionate about and what you want to draw in than what's going on and the negative and so forth like that, and the lack and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's go on to phone number 917, area code 917. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? And they dropped as soon as I brought them on. What the heck? That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That is.
They've been waiting all this time, and I click on their and then you guys can't see, but on my studio, the switchboard and studio for Blog Talk, that's the radio side of things, folks. It pops up this big orange thing at the top, you know, area code 917, blah, 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 has dropped. Call has dropped. And I'm like, I just went to them. Oh, and we do have some other callers. Make sure you press 1 on your dial pad so we know you want to be live on air. And by the way, 714-816-4628. Charlotte was freaking out not really freaking out, but I have to mess with Charlotte. But she was in the chat going, oh my God, the bottom scroll, the phone number's not there. People won't know what to do. Actually, the phone number is right there in the chat if you scroll to the top. And Charlotte, go ahead and put it in the chat. You're allowed to do that. I'll do it right now. 714-816-4628. And
oh, I forgot to do that.
I'm going to do a little hand thing pointing at it. Bing, there you go. Okay. But at the beginning of the show, I always put this stuff in. So if you scroll and you grab the chat and you scroll all the way back up to the top, you'll see my announcements where I have the phone number. I have the link to give us a cup of coffee, which, by the way, psychic.cafe/coffee. If you want to send us a cup of coffee. Yep. But what she was getting at was no scroll. And it's because I'm on a different system. See, normally I have what's called the OBS system. For those that are unfamiliar, it is a system that allows you to do anything, and it's free too. That's what I love about it. A lot of paid versions, but OBS Studio is fantastic. It's shareware, and it allows you to do anything with the video space. So you can put a logo up here. You can put scrolling stuff across the bottom. You can put stuff back behind you. You can do this. You can do that. You can adjust things. You can even bring in multiple videos, multiple people. You can switch between, they call this a scene with you, and switch to like a banner image or a video or what have you and stuff like that. But to do the virtual background, yeah, I can do it on OBS Studio, but it's a lot more complicated. It's so easy on Zoom to just go in and pop up a virtual background. But then I'm using my camera straight into Zoom versus how I normally do it it goes into OBS Studio, then to Zoom, then to YouTube. So I can't have scroll because I don't have OBS right now. So that's why, to explain to everybody that's wondering why we don't have the OBS, don't have the scroll going down there, and especially Charlotte, because she was asking about it. But that is our phone number, 714-816-4628. You can call in, but make sure you press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. Otherwise, we assume you're just listening to the show. We have a bunch of people dialed in, but they don't have their hand up. They haven't pressed 1. So this is a great time to call in. You'll be next.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, you will.
You want to take another phone call before we go back to chat questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's try to get on area code. Hopefully they won't drop. Area code 610. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? 610.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Mhm.
it's a little low.
You can.
Hello.
Microphone, please.
Awesome. Yes, my name is Sonia. How are you?
Great.
Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Doing well. I'm enjoying a fantastic day today out at the lake.
Where are you
I'm
at?
actually in my
Nice.
kayak, listening to you guys. Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I figure one last before the cold comes. You know, so
Right?
take advantage of the water and the sun and the beautiful scenery.
Sonia, I didn't hear. Where are you from?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, another Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Another one. Another one from where we were both born.
Yes, and that's where we were born.
Awesome.
Pennsylvania. Oh,
Awesome.
by the way,
Beautiful state. I love it.
Mary,
Yes.
did you know Mary was from Pennsylvania too?
Oh, really?
Cast host
Nice.
Mary Brown. Yeah,
I
we're
did not know
all from
that.
Pennsylvania. It's crazy.
That is awesome.
Yep, yep. And you know what's really weird? I was telling some people this, that I noticed this the other day, because they're talking about the election and everything, and the quote unquote important states, the swing states, and they're mentioning mostly Pennsylvania and Arizona. It's like I grew up in Pennsylvania and I live in Arizona. It is so bizarre.
That is.
Isn't that
is.
bizarre? So
Yes.
Sonia, what do you want to chat about today?
I wanted to chat about currently have a job interview. It's a first round of interview. It's a virtual interview on Monday, and it's an awesome position. And I am really looking forward to it. I've been practicing, reading up about the company.
Oh, you did it all the right
questions,
way.
Everything. Right, because I've been laid off since August, just because the company wasn't doing well. So they laid 25 to 30% of the force. So, anyways, that was like a ton of breaks. But never mind, I'm optimistic. I've been getting bites here and there, but this was like the first serious one, and I meet a lot of the requirements. And one of the things they're asking is for someone who is fluent, bilingual in Spanish, and that I meet that criteria among a whole bunch of different ones. So, I just wanted to see what you're picking up for me. If I have a chance of, you see me working at this company, I mean, getting this job and continuing with the interviewing process, like the second round and stuff.
What do you get, Michelle?
Okay. Well, the first card I got is the Magician. You have the power to get this job because you do have all of the resources for this position, right? So already this is looking really good. Also, the next card I got is the Hierophant. So I feel like maybe whoever is in charge is going to, I got the Two of Wands. So I feel like whoever is in charge is going to be, there's going to be a decision that needs to be made about this position. As to if you really want this position, but it looks like you're going to really want to go for this job. Like this Hierophant, whoever is in charge, is feeling like he's going to want to take you on and maybe even teach you the ropes a little bit. Because the next one I got is the Three of Pentacles. So they are definitely looking for a team player. So once this position comes around, you have to be willing to be a major team player because that is what they're looking for. I feel like the position is going to be offered to you. You just have to be willing to play all the roles that they're going to want you to play.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I am definitely a team player.
So yeah, I see some pretty good outcome for this position.
Cool. Well, thanks for the call, Sonia from Pennsylvania,
Yes.
my home state.
Thank you.
It's always great hearing from Philly, or not Philly, but Pennsylvania in general. But
Pennsylvania, yeah.
I'm
See, I'm from Greensburg, so I'm a little further than Philly.
now we were born in I was born in Philly. I say we because like everybody in my family was born in Philly. But eventually we grew up in the suburbs. We escaped, about 45
Right.
minutes north to Montgomery County, Hatboro, Horsham, Abington, King of Prussia, all up there, Lansdale. My high school was in Lansdale, North Penn. All righty. So, hey, the phone lines are wide open. 714-816-4628. And I think we have some people coming in now. We'll give some people some time to get into the caller queue. We'll be going to the phone lines shortly. By the way, again, psychic.cafe/coffee. Just open a new tab in your browser. Type in psychic.cafe, like you're typing something.com, only instead of .com, it's .cafe. Psychic.cafe/coffee. Grab us a cup of coffee, and in the chat room on YouTube, just let us know, hey, bought you a cup of coffee, and we will go right to you. No waiting on your question, and we'll spend more time, and we'll let you ask follow-up questions. Just give us your area code that you're calling in on. If you're in the chat, just let us know what the question was. That's how you skip the line, folks, and be assured that we get to you, because no, we do not get to all of the questions in all of the calls.
No, unfortunately, we don't.
Unfortunately not. So earlier on, Mystic had asked about any messages coming through. Got the death card. I think that what's going on is there's this huge transition that either you're in the middle of or you're just beginning. One door closes, another door opens. That's what the death card is. It's transition, and it's bookmarked on each side by the Empress and the Emperor.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the Emperor controls, the Empress, what's the word? A better word, nurtures it. So this change that's happening, you want to strike a balance between controlling it and nurturing it along. Okay, so I hope that message helped you out, Mystic Lilac. Here's a question from Mark Dune that you can do, Michelle. What should I know to achieve balance or gain a deeper understanding? I think he was talking about, he did this whole long thing and I couldn't read it all, but he was talking about, I don't know how to describe it, like Dark Night of the Soul stuff, and like, investigating spirituality and stuff and all this stuff. But one of the lines he put in there was, and it looked like multiple questions, but we only do one question. But what I latched onto was that line that he wrote: what should I know to achieve balance or gain a deeper understanding?
Okay, so Mark, the first two cards I got are the Ten of Pentacles and the Devil. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is a family card. Okay, it's not just a family card, but it's a richness card. It's the happy ending. you're going to have your finances. But with the devil card, I feel like whatever it is that you have in abundance, such as finances or family or thoughts or whatever is going on, it's trapping you. It's holding you back. Okay. And so for you to be able to grow and let go, you got to let go of some sort of belief or living pattern or life cycle or something that's holding you back. You have to let go of that. Okay. The next two cards I got are the Wheel of Fortune and Strength. Okay. With strength comes compassion. So you have to have compassion for yourself, because without that compassion, you're not going to have the strength to understand that, yes, destiny is going to take control. Destiny is going to play its part in your life, but you are still in control. You still make your choices and you still have to move forward. So you need to gain your balance with this Wheel of Fortune. You got to get the balance right in yourself and start aligning yourself with the spiritual realm. And then you can start moving forward with what it is that you are being called to do. I'm not sure what that is spiritually, but whatever it is, you may know. And you will be able to move forward once you let go of those traps that are holding you back. Okay. And so that's what I have for you.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So I'm going to do one for Aditha or Adithia. Hi, I got conditional letters from 3 UK universities to do my master's, but I have to pay at least £14,000 for it. Will I find a way to afford it, or any scholarship that I could use for the January intake? And then right before that, Emily had a question. I'm going to give this one to you, Michelle. Emily was asking, I'm feeling very uncertain and insecure about the future after starting my life over and returning to school. What kind of trajectory am I currently on? I want to be optimistic, but I don't know how. So, Michelle, if you can work on that one. Meanwhile, Adithia's question, I'm getting 3 out of 4 no. So it's not a strong no, like 4 or 5 cards being no. I'm getting a probably no. It's leaning that way. It's leaning towards the direction that maybe not in time for the January intake. You know, you might not find the funds. You might not be able to secure a scholarship or something that quickly. I mean, it does sound far away, but you know, it's the new year is practically here. It's just crazy. Does that mean that you can't? No, it doesn't mean that you can't, because like I said, the trajectory that you're on right now is probably not. Now you can turn that around by seeking assistance and figuring it out and working it out. But just to tell you what's going on here, I got the 4 of Cups. She is not happy with the situation. So, you know, this central focus card tells you everything you need to know. There are other opportunities. See this 4th cup up here, up in the tree? See, she doesn't see this yet. You don't see other opportunities. There are opportunities. You're seeing this. And so, like, you're on the trajectory you're on now. If you do nothing else, you're not going to be happy with the outcome, you know? But if you seek and find the other opportunity, it's there. The Strength card and the Queen of Pentacles, you know, this is talking about having the inner fortitude and basically biding your time. It's talking, you know, she's the nurturer. This is internal fortitude. Those cards together in this particular question, it's like patience, having the patience. Then what happened? Well, later on in the spread, as we go out into the near future, we get the King of Wands, followed by the Three of Cups. Look at them celebrating there. So yeah, you're going to be able to do it, even if you have to wait. Even if you have to wait, say it don't happen for January, it happens a couple semesters later or something like that, you know. Or I don't know how it works in UK, but like, you know, the September start. And it has to do with finding this person. There's somebody that can help you with this. It could be a mentor. It could be a government program. It could be so many different things where there's this positive influence. You know, it's the King of Wands. Wands is that fire energy. It's what you're passionate about. So what it's saying is that there's an individual or individuals or a company or a government agency or program that can help you with this. And it may be where you are, it may be UK, I don't know, but also it's talking about having the passion for this. If you're really passionate about making it happen in January, you can do it. But you need to get out there. You need to know what your why is. Why is this so important to you? And let nothing stop you. You just go for it, and you just knock on every door and ask every person. You know, if you don't do that, if you just sit back and let it happen, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's going to or it's going to take much longer to happen. So anyway, hope that helps you out a little bit there. You need to get energetic about it and not just sit on your laurels. And that's what people do, Michelle. You know, it's like, oh, it'd be nice to have this thing. Oh, I was thinking of getting my master's and going to the United Kingdom. Oh, it costs a lot of money though. Well, I don't know. You know, it's like, that's not going to get you there. You have to visualize it. You got to sit down and every day write down why on a piece of paper, not on your computer or your pad. Get a real physical piece. I don't have something here.
Little journal book. Yep.
And write down all the reasons you want to go to uni and get your master's degree. I love it. I'm using the European codes, you know, instead of saying university. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, you know, go over the pond there. But yeah, you can't just go, well, that would be nice. No, if you really want this, you've got it every day. I would say twice a day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, before you go to sleep at night, you write down all the reasons why, and you review all the reasons why, and then you close your eyes and you visualize, what's it going to look like, sound like, smell like, feel like, taste like? And some of the smells might not be that good, actually, but you're going to be there in UK. What is that like? You're there, you're going to the university, you're going to the lecture halls, you know, and they got the funny costumes on where they're like, hello, class. Turn off your cell phones. Yes, okay. On today's lecture, you know. Anyway,
do it so well.
you gotta get into that to make it happen, and you gotta knock down every door. You gotta ask people about scholarships, and then go to those people and ask them about scholarships, and ask the people that you're asking about their scholarships about other scholarships, and just Google it like crazy, and go to any university near you that has, obviously, they have a department for that. So go to your local university and go, I need help finding scholarships. How do you search this stuff? And knock down every door and don't take no for an answer. Yeah, That's how you can turn it around from maybe no, you're not going to get it, to yes, I got it and I'm going. What did you find out about for Ellie?
Ellie?
I mean,
Emily.
Emily, Ellie, you
Okay.
know what I mean.
Okay, so Emily's question. Could you read her question one more time, please?
So Emily was saying she was feeling uncertain and insecure about the future after starting her life over again. She returned to school and she's wondering what trajectory she's on now. Like, she
Okay.
wants to be optimistic, but she's just not sure
Right.
about, and hey, that makes a lot of sense. You make a sudden change, especially later in life. You go, I'm going back to university, or I'm going to school or trade school or what have you.
Yep.
Like, oh.
So I got the Six of Swords, and successfully, you have made a wise decision. School is not easy, and now you're coming home and you're starting a new life, right? But we also got the Knight of Cups. And so I understand where your emotions are, and you just want to jump on every single option. But right now, you need to rein yourself in, okay? And just work on one step at a time, okay? You have a new start. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a time for you to put your best thought forward, your best ideas. What is best for you right now? Take the best plan that you have, because that's what the universe is telling you. Grab your best plan, and now is the time to put that plan into action. You have the 10 of Wands and you have the 2 of Swords. You are almost there to whatever decision it is that you want to do. Don't give up because you're backtracking on decisions. Don't look back, keep looking forward. See this card, you're looking backwards going, did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? You did right. You're almost there. Okay. You have it. It's right here. So just keep moving forward. You are on the right track, because your idea, that main idea, that passion that you have, that you don't know if you should do it or not, but it's deep and it's a passion that you have. That's what this is. That's saying you're almost there. Go for it. Don't give up. That's the trajectory you're on, is the passion that is burning deep inside of you. That's what you need to go for now. Okay. And so I hope that helps you. I know it is hard, and you have to look for encouragement in all the places. Start a gratitude journal every day. Write in that what you are grateful for, all the way down to waking up every day, because that will start giving you everything you want back. I am grateful for my breath. The universe is going to go, oh, she wants more days to have enjoyment. I am grateful for my tiny broken down car. Oh, let's give her a new car eventually. You're working up. That's how you're going to start gaining. I am grateful for the little bit of confidence I have. Oh, let's give her a little more confidence. You're building yourself up. That's how you're going to start building up that self-confidence, okay? So gratitude journal every day. That's what you need to start with.
Oh my God, it's so hilarious, because exactly what you're saying for Emily is what I got for Low Sparks' question. Not only that, I got the same card.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
The Knight of Cups. Now, before I get to Low Sparks' question, I did want to mention Todd came in. Hi, Todd. Although
Hi, Todd.
I don't know. Todd said hi, and then he said bye all. I guess jumped in, jumped out. Kelly came in. I got Kelly's question. Who was it? Oh, Stark had said, everybody got their question answered except for me. And I was the first one to ask. Yeah, we also answered your question first. Yours was the first question we answered, Spark. So either you weren't paying attention or you made that comment before we started answering questions. I don't know. But anyway, it was the very first question answered. So you're going to have to go back in the replay and listen for your question to get answered. Yes, yes. So about low spark, my mom passed away. Our life was sorrowful. I did not go when she passed. That sounds like he or she was in a different place and didn't go for the funeral, maybe. And then low spark says, are you able to draw a card for me, please? So yes, and that's when I got the Knight. So much trouble. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, yes. And you know, I know if I just do it like this, it works. But I was trying to get it closer so people could see what's going on in there. And cups are emotions, right? And the Knight of Cups, you know, brings, you know, he's amiable, he's intelligent, romantic, sometimes a little bit too much of a dreamer. High principles, bringer of ideas and opportunities, sometimes messages. Yes, the pages are often thought of as the messengers, but the knights are too, especially the Knight of Cups, which could be bringing especially a message of love. Like, for instance, a wedding invitation might be, you know, coming your way, kind of thing. But opportunities also, offers, things like that, and so forth. And you know, they're very artistic and so forth like that. So the message coming through low spark is that you need to start working with your creativity and your artistic side. And any emotions you're having that are negative, you know, of course it's sorrowful that your mom passed and maybe you know you couldn't make it to the funeral or what have you. The and yes, there are techniques such as emotional freedom technique. That's the tapping procedure you do to get rid of negative emotions. And you can do self-hypnosis, and you can see a hypnotherapist and NLP and all that kind of stuff. But, and this came up earlier in the show, the real best way is, what are you passionate about? Focusing on the positive, focusing on how you want things to be. You want your life to be joyful again. And what does that look like to you? What does it include? Right? And just getting artistic and putting art out there, whatever art is to you. You know, is it digital art? Is it, you know, photography? Is it sculpture or painting? Creating tarot cards or oracle decks? Is it designing websites? A lot of things can be artistic. They don't have to be art either, you know, hang on the wall art, you know. It can be other things that are artistic. And creativity. Tap into your creativity and move forward and focus on how you want your life to be, what great things you want to come in your life. That'll, you know, it's not going to like magically get rid of all the negative emotions, but it's going to squash a lot of it and lower it down to, you know, from a 8 or 9 down to a 0.5 or a 1 on the SUD scale. Subjective units of distress. Anyway, so the next one was Kelly, who had come in more recently. Can I ask how Wayne feels about me and his intentions to move forward? You want to handle that one? It's another one of those peeping Tom questions.
Oh,
Psychic
maybe.
peeping Tom.
Okay. So we have got the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So What does he think about you? Well, right now he is battling some sort of something going on inside of him. He is battling something of his own. Okay. And so even though he may be thinking of you, he's got a lot on his mind. You see all those swords? Those are all thoughts, and he is feeling slightly trapped inside of his thoughts. And so he does think of you, but he's trapped with all these other thoughts. And so you are there, and he may be feeling very maybe connected to you, but right at the moment, he's torn between so much going on in his mind that he's feeling like he doesn't want to bring you into his burdens at the moment. And that's what I'm feeling with this, because he's fighting some burdens and some heavy thoughts that are going on. And to bring you in at this point in time, he feels would be harder for you to handle. And that's what I'm getting from these two cards. And so his love is there. He's just battling.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's what I have for you.
I hope that
And
helped
I
you
hope that
out.
is helpful.
Yeah. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Aisha said we didn't get to her question, and I think I know I put it in the list, but I must have messed it up somehow. And because I changed the way I'm doing the lists.
Right. Yep.
So instead of trying to write all this out on a legal pad, I'm just copying and pasting it in a document here on the computer. Sometimes things,
Oh yeah.
things happen, things disappear. Let me see if I can get Aisha's question. I mean, that's like one of the very first questions.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what happened there was it got erased somehow. And then also Just Red has a question as well.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me get this all together here. So if you want to start looking into this, Michelle, Aisha wants to know, is Solomon ready to commit to me for marriage? Oh, you're getting all the psychic peeping Toming questions.
I am.
Yeah. So Just Red asked, my question is my father in spirit? And I did a yes no spread on that. I've got, let's see, the Tower card, the Four of Pentacles says yes. The Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups says no. And the Ace of Pentacles could go either way. It could be taken as a yes or a no. So I'm getting a maybe. Maybe he has passed. My just gut instinct, energetic feeling is probably he's passed, especially the Tower card showing up. Yeah. But he's sending a message of nurturing coming through with the Queen of Cups. So he wants you to know that, and wants you to move forward with things, especially he says there's a new opportunity, and getting some structure in your life with this new opportunity and building something with other people. Okay, so that's the message that's coming through from Dad. All righty. And then you're going to do Aisha's, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll look and see if there's any more questions while you're doing that.
Okay. So the first card I got for Aisha is the Temperance card. So is marriage really what you want? And that's just what she is asking. So be prepared for that question before it even comes up, because you need to know for sure if that's what you want. Then I got the two queens, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Again, thinking, are you sure you want to get married? And if you do, is it truly for love? Okay. Two questions that just these ladies just want to know. And then the next question I got is the Four of Swords, or the next card, I'm sorry. Right now, Solomon is in thinking mode. He is resting here in his card, right? So Solomon is probably in that thinking mode of what happens if we get married? You know, what is the next step? Do I take the next level? And the reason I say that is because we got the Six of Wands. And in this card, 6 is the number of success. Let's see, he's galloping in. I don't know which way I'm going here. He's galloping in towards his sleeping self, right? And he may not have a rose in his hand, but it is Halloween and he does have a treat. And so he's coming in to wake himself up. So I do see marriage could be coming in very soon for you. But again, make sure you're in balance with yourself and that this is truly what you want. Okay. So that's what I have for you.
Awesome. Hang on a second.
Hang on to what? No.
No, it's hard for me to get back when I'm trying to type
Oh, I know.
at the same time. I'm doing like 8 different things. You people have no clue. Anyway, no,
No worries.
I was trying to do that and also, switch back to OBS because I want to promote Maria's Angel Practitioner Handbook. And I just put the link into the chat. And let me see if I can find that. Here it is. Psychic.cafe/angel book to grab a copy of Maria's book. Yep. And then also that is like the textbook for the CAP course, the Certified Angel Practitioner course. Let me put that link into the chat. Psychic.cafe/CAP course, or CAP course, all written one word, CAP course. There we go. So you can grab a copy. I highly recommend you take the course, but you don't have to. Maybe you don't necessarily want to become an angel practitioner, but you want to connect better with your angels. You can read it all in the book.
You can. And the course is so awesome.
Yeah, you took the course, right?
I did. Yes.
Awesome sauce.
I loved it. I learned so much. So much.
And
I just got to pay.
Yeah.
I just got to pay for my certificate now. That's what's holding me up at the moment. Sorry, Miss Maria.
Oh, okay. Yep. And I want to remind everybody about the fall sale. So memberships to the Tarot Guild, professional certification that we were just talking about, my course, Tarot by the Numbers, and readings as well. Everything is on sale. That's right. Some great deals there. Let me pop it in the chat here. Psychic.cafe/fall. That's psychic.cafe/fall. And you can get in on these great deals. Make sure you read the whole page at psychic.cafe/fall, because there's a lot of different package deals and things are packaged together and on sale, depending on if you're already a member or not a member. Need my course, you don't need a course because you've been reading for years. There's different ways things are packaged together. Of course, the absolute best package is my course package. Normally $299. It's $100 off right now. It's only $199 to enroll in my course, and you get certification, your professional certification, and membership in the Tarot Guild free. You're saving $300 total. Yep. And what else did I want to tell you real quick? Of course, reiterate about our coffee page, psychic.cafe/coffee. If you're enjoying the shows, you just want to send us some love, that's our tip jar. Go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and buy us a cup of coffee. But also, you can use it for this show or next show. Yeah, in between shows, you can go and buy us a cup of coffee. And then on the next show, just let us know. And guess what? We take your question or phone call first. Hey, coming up tomorrow, our next live Zoom discussion and Q&A. If you're not a member yet, get over to that fall sale, psychic.cafe/fall. You can sign up for $67 for the year. That is like the cost of a latte at Starbucks a month. And you get access to our live Zoom discussions and Q&As. These are full-on coaching sessions, mentoring sessions, live Q&A. You can ask anything you want about starting your business, professional certification, membership in the guild, how to set up on Psychic Cafe your business, questions from my course, questions about tarot, about numerology, anything psychic. And in addition to this, any live members only events, interviews, workshops, all for $5 a month. It's just $67 right now. So yeah, go over and grab that on the fall sale, psychic.cafe/fall, and then join us tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll all be here, and you can get the Zoom link. You can read more about it at psychic.cafe/Zoom. Let me pop that into the chat there, psychic.cafe/Zoom for more information. There's also a link on that page to the course, the private course group, and to the private membership group. Because if you're enrolled in my course or a member of the guild, either one, you are able to attend these meetings twice a month. Most organizations, you're lucky if they ever do it.
Right.
But mostly it's like, once a month or something. I won't name names, but you know who I'm talking about, the different. Yeah, we do it twice a month, and it's not just one person. We have a lot of certified tarot masters, grandmasters, and certified readers there to answer all of your questions. Oh, and speaking of that, if you're one of our certified I almost said certified angel practitioners, them too, if you're one of our angel practitioners, if you're one of our certified tarot masters, grandmasters, one of our hosts on the network or on the staff of the guild, hey, try to join us tomorrow so we can help us answer questions.
Yeah, definitely. We would love to have you.
Yes. And even though it's a couple of weeks away, I thought I'd mention, because we are on Michelle's Mystic Corner right now.
Woo-hoo!
Your next show is right before Halloween, October 26th, Saturday, October 26th. And Halloween deck fun. We're going to be talking about our Halloween decks and stuff.
We are. Look at this cool deck. I have a ton of oh, hey, I went off.
Yeah, you don't have your camera on.
You see, Dax and I have the same deck.
Cool.
Yes. Of course, I have a ton of decks that I want to go through, but we know that's not going to happen. But see, today I'm using my
I was going to ask you. Yeah, I kept forgetting to ask you what deck you were using because it was not familiar at all.
It's my Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treater's Companion. So it's
this is the Trick or Treat. It's Trick or Treat, but this is the Trick or Treater's Companion book
by Barbara Moore.
Yes, I have the box, but it fell behind my thing, and I can't.
So show us more of the deck. Like, what's the backs look like?
So here is the back, and I love this. Look at how cool that is. I love the eyes. They just radiate.
And what are the cards like?
These cards. Oh my goodness.
Just one or two examples. You don't have to show us everything, but
no, look at this Hanged Man. He's so cool.
It makes so much sense because bats hang upside down. To have the hang be a vampire hanging upside down, it's just makes too much sense.
It does. And then the sun. Look at that. She's a sunflower. Just too cute. And they're just, it is the cutest deck. Okay. And the world, of course. Here we go. Had to be a ghost. So yeah, there's a few of the cards. And of course, me and Dan for the lovers. Adam and Morticia
Gomez.
Gomez and Morticia Adams.
There you go. Love it. Love it. Oh, by the way, Maria says, I have your homework and you've done an excellent job. Now we just need to complete the certification process. And she says, I will be sending you a formal review, Michelle, whenever you're ready to complete the certification. Ooh. Stand by for that formal
review. Friday. Maybe later today if I'm lucky.
So before we end the show, I have to say, what do you guys think? I've been rocking the cafe background. I love it.
I love it.
And you saw briefly, I was on OBS and, you know, I had this over here, but it's purple.
Yep.
What do you think? I love the white against the dark. I like that better. What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys think? Because I like it.
You like it? Yeah. I love it. I've been rocking this, you know. I think it's really cool.
I do too. Yeah. I even went out and got myself a Halloween setup.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Too much fun.
Awesome. So here we are. We're at the end of the show. We got through all the questions.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
And okay, just so everyone knows, I did not make a banner because I am slacking and it's been a crazy month already. So for the month of October, $58. I don't know why that number popped in my head on October 1st, but it did. So my readings for October are $58 for readings, numerology reports, first month of spiritual coaching. That is my October price, $58. And hopefully I'll get myself a banner thing made.
Yep. Well, on that same psychic.cafe/fall, the fall sale, if you scroll way down, you can actually book a session with me for 30% off. $69. Yes. I like the sound of yours better. By the way, 58, 5 + 8 is 13, Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Maybe that's why.
That must be why. I'm telling you, the universe
your subconscious was getting it in alignment with Halloween.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
So hit me up, psychic.cafe/mystic corner.
And don't forget to join us tomorrow. I put it in the chat. It's the last thing in chat right now. Psychic.cafe/Zoom. Join us for our Zoom discussion and Q&A live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, everybody. And so, you know, we will see you all tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Yep. Sorry to those that we didn't get to on the phone lines, but you can call in on Monday. We'll be back Monday. Take phone calls.